Want to see more cool videos on our channel? We do, so press this bell and enable to send notifications.
Scientists and researchers have been hunched over their microscopes and telescopes trying to make the world a better place. Not all of them, though. Some expeditions, I suspect, are inspired by boredom. That's just me, though. Let's start. Number 10. Zombie pig brain. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of pigs? For me, it's finger-licking pork ribs and pork chops. But that's not a scientific breakthrough, is it? These pink animals who wade in filth are not the smartest of all. They've, however, been privileged to be part of a lot of research work. It was groundbreaking this year when researchers from Yale University were able to bring pig brains to life. They injected a set of chemicals into the pig's head after they'd been slaughtered, and the animals were dead for close to 4 hours. This is going to sound somewhat strange, but stay with me. Even though the pigs were not able to wake up fully, in their subconscious minds, they were able to come alive and do normal functions, such as streamlining blood circulation and controlling their body metabolism. This successful experiment proved that brain death can be reversed, something that could cause a real awakening in the field of neurology. With little tweaks, it opens a world of possibility where brain injuries, comas, and degenerative brain conditions such as Alzheimer's could be curable. Even more profound, it means death could be cured. Analyze that. Number 9. Post-impact dinos. It would have been kinda nice to meet the last generation of dinos. They have this friendly vibe going on. Scientists finally put 2 and 2 together. They now know exactly what happened when an asteroid landed on Earth and wiped out all the dinosaurs. Pink granite samples connected to the historical event were discovered and excavated at a mountain crater in Mexico. This new theory elaborately explained the events that followed when the meteorite hit hard. This is the breakdown scene by scene. The meteorite hit the Earth with an impact that equals 10 billion atomic bombs, and everything around turned into vapor. That's like a level 1 million attack. In another 1 minute, molten lava hit the skies at 1,000 miles an hour. The lava was able to go high enough to even hit parts of the moon. 5 minutes later, motor rocks were in the air, solidifying and forming what seemed to be glass bullets. The bullets sprayed the Earth with the force of a machine gun, killing any dinosaurs in their path. Dinosaurs that survived the bullets were slowly killed by toxic sulfur that had now hit the air after the sun had been blacked out. It was such a catastrophic event that after a few minutes, dinosaurs became extinct. When do we get to see another film as legit as Jurassic Park? That's the only way we'll ever meet dinos again. Number 8. 3D printed food. From visualizing juicy pork ribs, let's talk meat. We're eating too much meat, people. It's not only hazardous to our health, but also to the sustainability of the environment. Cows are causing the cutting down of more trees in the world's rainforests to make room for grazing land. In 2019, an innovative solution was found for meat lovers. When you crave a medium rare steak next time, 3D print it. How's that for DIY? Nova Meat, a company based in Spain, was able to print a delicious beef steak at the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. Okay, it wasn't real meat, it was a plant-based meat alternative. 3D printers are actually on a roll and right now are printing material that resembles and feels exactly like human tissue. So the logic is, with the same genius being used to produce synthetic body tissue, would it be possible to print material that resembles the feel, texture and taste of beef? This would be a great step in saving our forests. At number 7. Solar roads. Most companies are busy yapping away about the effects of climate change and doing the bare minimum to go green. I see you, and you. Talk is cheap. Smart companies, on the other hand, have made it their core mission to use alternative sources of energy in major industries. One very forward-thinking move is the construction of solar roads. The first one, Normandy's Solar Road in France, was constructed and tested in 2019. The idea is to build roads with solar panels as opposed to tarmac. This means, on top of being functional and durable, the solar panels would also be used to regenerate power since they're in the sun all day. In the United States, there are almost 4 million miles of roads. If these were converted into solar panels, they would easily generate power to run everything without the need of using any fossil fuels. Climate change aficionados, how cool would that be for our planet? In 2019, the testing revealed that the solar panels get dirty pretty quickly, and when they overheat, they're not as efficient in generating energy. Not to worry, this was just the first year of testing. the future holds a lot of promise. In the Netherlands, where they started small with a solar bicycle lane, the road surpassed their energy estimates in the last year. At number 6, the universe's first molecule. Hello, Golden Girls, someone is older than you are. Kudos to the team at NASA that deals with stratospheric observation for infrared astronomy, who discovered a new molecule that's been in existence for ages. Anyone ever met a NASA guy? Do their smiles reach their eyes? They seem to do such serious work. They marveled at discovering helium hydride, which is a combination of helium and hydrogen, and they're convinced it's the first molecule ever created. So the backstory to this theory is that immediately after the Big Bang Theory, the universe only had a handful of atoms, and the first two were helium and hydrogen, and of course the combination of these two would be the hydrogen-helium molecule. Since 1925, researchers have been trying to find this molecule with little success, so finding this molecule in the 21st century would only mean one thing, that the Big Bang Theory is real. Come on, haven't you been listening? I don't mean the sitcom. Number 5. Bombed an asteroid. Sometime in 2019, the Japanese Space Agency launched and bombed an asteroid. Don't panic, it was not an Armageddon type of a meteorite. It was a scientific kind of bombing, whereby they used Japan's Hayabusa 2 spacecraft, which is considered an asteroid hunter. The scientific team did not want samples that had been highly contaminated by eons of years in space. Hayabusa 2 was set to touch down on asteroid Ryugu for this expedition. This satellite used a baseball-size explosive and bombed the crater into the space rock and got authentic samples that would further their research on the origin of life on Earth. We're bombing space now? Only 50 years since Apollo 1 exploration into the moon, and we have more than enough samples of space. We surely don't need more. Number 4. Customized cancer vaccines. Cancer is a hard nut to crack, keeping scientists and researchers awake at night. We still don't have a cure for cancer. Such a milestone would break the internet. 2019 was a great step in the right direction, though, in starting trials on an isolated treatment for the disease. Cancer researchers know for a fact that cancer cells are foreign bodies with a unique genetic sequence not available anywhere else in the body. Stay with me here. So the trick would be to figure out how the immune system can target that specific genetic sequence without harming any other cells in the body. Multiplying the cell's genetic sequence through DNA genetic mapping helps create a weakened variety of the strain, then introduce it into the patient's body. Just as vaccines work, the weaker strains of the cancer cells are used to teach the immune system to recognize the danger and fight it. The vaccine program entered clinical trials in 2019. If there's a breakthrough, it would mean a cure for each person's type of cancer if the cancer diagnosis is done early. Fingers crossed. Number 3. Robot controlling army helmet. The robotic revolution is getting closer and closer. Are you ready? The US Army got a patent on a helmet which they plan to use for remote controlling of robots. This technology is called Moana, not Moana the animated Disney film that got kids so excited. It's a good self-preservation strategy, since it means that from afar off, the soldiers will give instructions to robots and have them fight their wars. Unlike Predator drones that are still operated by humans, the combat robots will be quote-unquote independent. These combat robots will be given commands to follow rather than be manually controlled. Number 2. Heat vision mice. Scientists have done just about everything to the poor mice. Imagine mice with heat vision. Scientists from the University of Science and Technology of China and the University of Massachusetts Medical School came together in a high-powered collaboration that allowed mice to see like the predator. The researchers injected nanobots into the mice and attached them to the optic nerves of the mice, enabling them to see in infrared. How did it feel for the mice? Was it like a simulated VR experience? The experiment went on for a solid 10 days, and the mice were able to see the heat the whole time and experience zero side effects. With little adjustments, the same experiment would probably work on humans and give them heat vision. Imagine soldiers with heat vision. They'd be able to attack in the nighttime and see other heat-destructive devices. Would the world be safer? And number 1, artificial life. And the top spot goes to the scientists who might give me a clone one day. May 2019 saw the biggest breakthrough yet. Scientists had an out-of-this-world idea to create synthetic non-human life form. a dedicated research team from Britain's Medical Research Council Laboratory of Molecular Biology worked on rewriting the biology of the E. coli bacterium. In the process, a new strand of bacteria came to life. It's a small feat, but check this out. It's the first organism with 100% synthetic and altered DNA. Furthermore, the bacterium went on to survive and has been able to produce other E. coli bacteria. This achievement means that in future, the scientists might be able to create more sophisticated forms of life. Maybe human life? Those were the big scientific moments of 2019. Which ones blew your mind? Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoy the video, please let me know by clicking the like button. Do share, write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so you can catch up my next video.